Hello everyone, welcome to another edition of the Midweek Industry Update. I'm your host, Natascha Tello, and I am excited to be here live and in person. Today I have with me my special guest, Garcia. JC, welcome.
Yes, and we're in person.
Yes.
I love it. I love it.
It feels like it has been a long time coming, right? Most of these episodes you've noticed are via Zoom, so super excited we can be together in person. We're going to go ahead and dive right in. What we'll do is we'll cover the local market, what's sort of happening in the last 7 days. And so just want to share, we've had 393 listings come on the market, single family and condo. That number is up, but it's been trending around the same. We've been running anywhere between 325 and 395 is our high over the last several weeks. This week was a little bit more, so congratulations on taking more listings. We do need them. We have back on the market 82 properties. So 82 properties that went under contract, came back on. Again, trending a little bit lower, about 20% of our inventory coming back on. It's been hovering around 25% of the inventory. So this is a good thing. It's a little bit less. We've had 155 properties with a price decrease. So what does that mean when we start seeing some price decreases?
Well, the market is reacting and is actually responding.
It's responding. Yeah, it's responding. So we may be looking to, we might have been a little overzealous, a little aggressive in pricing. And so this is kind of telling us something about the market and telling us about prices. And again, it's all very locally neighborhood specific. Again, as far as pendings, we've had 256 properties go pending this past week, with another 172 pending as backup, so with a contract, right, active with a contract. So that number has stayed the same. And as far as closed sales are concerned, we had 262 closings in the last 7 days. So again, that's a reversal from the prior week. So the prior week we had more closings than we had coming on the market. This week we had more properties come on the market than we had closings. So a little bit of a difference. No trend yet, too early to say a trend. This is sort of every week by week it's been changing just a little bit. So if I were to go market center specific and in our market centers, those numbers are probably trending a very similar trend line, but I'd like to give us we'll look at the market as a whole. So this of course doesn't include any new construction, which we know is a big part of the market right now. So let's jump into really what we want to talk about today. Really want to kind of get our agents' minds around thinking globally. Right?
Yes.
So although, there's no COVID being over, the good news is that things are starting to really open up. From an international perspective, right? We're seeing buyers finally coming back into the marketplace that we haven't seen in a long time. So what does that look like, JC? Like, what are you seeing? What are our agents seeing as far as where are buyers coming from right now in South Florida?
Well, the market is very strong right now, especially from the seller's point of view. And before it was specific price points, now it's pretty much in any price point. And there are countries like Colombia that, even though they don't have a political crisis, but they see that the next term they might have issues with the coming president. So for that reason, a lot of capital is coming from Colombia to not just South Florida, Florida in general.
Right.
Also Peru, same thing, we have an influx of capital that is coming from there because political reasons, what's happening in the country. And now we are seeing also from Canada, they've opened up the country because of the restrictions that they had due to COVID. And now we see more of people that are coming our way.
Yeah, 100%. So we're seeing, Miami in particular, but also, sort of that greater Fort Lauderdale area. We've always seen a lot of people, so Hollywood and Fort Lauderdale and Pompano, they've enjoyed a lot of the Canadians over the years. Miami has really more attracted a lot of our Latin American countries, and that's holding true right now. And yet we do believe that as the world starts to open up even more, we'll see additional countries start coming here.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
It was funny because I just saw last week in, I think it was Business Insider, they ranked, J.D. Powers did a ranking of the airports. And so what it ranked is actually Miami being the #1 airport in the U.S. as far as passenger satisfaction is concerned.
Wow.
So that says a lot, right?
That's huge.
Now, Fort Lauderdale made the list. We were number 13 in Fort Lauderdale. So the cool thing is that two of our airports, our two major airports, were in the top 20, which is huge. We are bringing the influx here, right? We've been seeing from a domestic perspective a lot of the increase with tech, the big drive for the tech companies to come to South Florida. But one of the things that we haven't seen yet due to COVID is what is that tech going to do in that attraction, especially for our Latin American markets, right? Because we are that sort of hub or gateway, if you will, right, to South America. So we completely expect the growth to continue to happen.
Yeah, it will continue. And another thing that we are watching very closely is the fact that before the investors that were bringing their capitals here, they were looking for the deals. Okay, get me a property, whatever percentage below fair market value. Now, based on the fact that short-term rentals like VRBO or Airbnb, it's so aggressive, they're paying retail because they know that it makes financial sense to make those investments here in South Florida.
Yeah, and especially when you look at, the valuation of our dollar, how strong the dollar has, maintained itself versus, the whatever currency it is from around the globe. Our money's holding stronger, so these buyers are bringing their money here to the U.S.
Yes.
Right, so awesome. What would an agent need to do if they want to get involved in working with buyers or sellers from overseas? What would you recommend an agent do?
What I would recommend the agents, especially based on the fact that we have such a leverage with Keller Williams worldwide, is to start building relationships with all the regions. The regions are the countries, and bring a piece of value to them. You'll be amazed on the very small number of agents that are taking advantage of this huge piece that we can tap on. And it's just a matter of like what we do. Sometimes we reach out to different regions and we say, hey, we want to teach a class in this subject. Do you think that will be something that your agents will see value? Trust me, there's no subject, it doesn't exist that they will say no. And agents do, the last Zoom that we did, one of our agents, Miguel Maria, he did a Zoom on how to invest in Airbnbs. And there were about 45 people connected.
Fantastic, from around the world.
Yes.
Think about that. So how far has our reach gone at this point, right? So how many regions do we actually have globally?
We have, if I'm not mistaken, 53, including the United States.
Absolutely, there we go. And we're growing constantly. So for an agent, if they wanted to know if we're in a particular country, where would they go find this out? Like, where do they go get the Keller Williams worldwide information?
Worldwide.kw.com.
Worldwide.kw.com. So your resources are there. You can actually log on there. You'll see there's a little tile for every country, a region that we're in. You can press on that, and that will connect you directly to somebody in that region or that country.
Or do a Google search for KW Worldwide, and then the first line, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, and Facebook friend them, right? So we had a request the other day. We have an agent going to Paris on vacation coming up, and that agent asked me, hey, could I connect them with somebody in Paris because they would love an opportunity to teach while they're there.
Awesome.
Now, how cool is that, right?
That's super cool.
That's what I did. Made sure, connected them, connected Facebook, connected the agent with the local leadership, and
I can carry the bags.
yeah, as I said, I pack very well. I'm small. You can stick me in a suitcase, right? Anything else, JC? We've had some agents with success running, networking groups, talking about maybe command in Spanish. There's other ways to get involved.
Right. We have an agent here in our market center. Her name is Carla Sucre, and she opened a website, a Facebook group. It's called Command en Español. And pretty much what she's doing, she's bringing value, or she was very consistent doing videos on how to do different things in Command. Now, based on the fact that she has built such a great rapport with different other countries and markets, now people from those markets are also contributing to this.
To the growth of the group.
Yes, and so we're really happy that this is taking place, and that's just in Spanish. But you can do it if you speak a different language. Just take it upon yourself and do a Facebook group. Look, in the beginning, it's not gonna look nice, it's not gonna be pretty, but as you do it, you're gonna excel. And what people want is for someone to bring value. That's what they appreciate when you bring value to them.
Yeah, 100%. And I think, not only are we adding value, but one of the things is we're positioned so uniquely down here in South Florida. So although we're making these amazing global connections, that international community is really looking to be here in our marketplace. So it's not like we're sitting in some place in the country that's not desirable. So we're adding value, and there's an opportunity to really showcase what we have, and maybe have an opportunity to connect with somebody that they may be referring to South Florida, right?
That's right.
You never know. So our markets are just growing, and if we thought the market was a little strange with what's been going on domestically the last few months, or 18 months, or 6 of those, or let's say 12 of those 18 months, who knows what the future is going to hold as these global buyers start coming back in.
Yes.
So
We love global buyers. We love them.
yes, we do, absolutely. And another opportunity I've seen some of our agents work is new construction. Sharing those projects, different projects that are going up here, both in the Broward and Dade market, and sharing that with agents in the global offices, and then they can attract their customers for that opportunity. And we've seen agents do very, very well, whether traveling locally to that place or doing a Zoom, and an opportunity to Zoom.
Yes, and whenever you're driving around, especially here in South Florida, whenever after you drop off your kids or you're driving to show a property, be in the outlook of new projects. Like here in Davie, there are 2 projects down the street that there's a website, the name of the website, what the development is going to be, and what's going to be the price point. Just write down the information, reach out to them, and see how you can start promoting that project, because it's not out there yet. However, if you start the building relationship, then you might land a business.
Absolutely, and a lot of our developers, they provide unbranded material, like
Yes.
Dropbox, and sometimes they even have translated material. So if we're dealing with somebody in a foreign country, we might have some translated material available.
That's right.
So lots of great resources. JC, do you have any parting thoughts for our audience today when it comes to worldwide or global, or anything you want to share?
If you don't know how to start, just reach out to the region, whatever country you want to reach out, where there's a Keller Williams office, and ask for who is the OP in that market. And then once you get that information, just send an email to the OP and ask them, okay, can I connect with the top 5 producers that you can recommend? And then whenever you start dialogue with those agents, just tell me about the properties you have for sale. I might have a buyer for your properties. Whenever you do that, they're like, wow, this person is reaching out to me to see if they can sell one of my properties. What is it that I can do that I can give back to those agents? And that's it.
100%. And we have, our agents in the United States learn by leaps and bounds in comparison to what happens around the world, right? And so even though an agent may think, well, I don't really have a lot to share, I promise you have a lot to share with somebody from another country on the practices that we have, the way we do business, and the opportunities to keep growing. So,
Yes.
JC, I'm really thankful that you were here today.
No, thank you for the opportunity.
Thanks for being with us. And for everybody out there, don't forget, jump on the L5LTrainingCalendar.com. Check out the latest opportunities. Now, we are the middle of October, so this is your business planning season right now, and we've got great opportunities for you to work on your business plan. There are several classes coming up in the next week alone for you to go ahead and get connected. So don't fall behind. Maybe consider a global opportunity, an international opportunity in your business planning for 2022. Have an awesome week, everyone, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you. Thank you, Nat.
Awesome.